Ever felt like you're running on empty, too busy meeting everyone else's needs? Like you're the go-to for others' problems, but when you seek support, there's only silence? Sounds familiar? This brings us to a timeless truth, one as old as Stoicism, yet just as relevant today. Stoicism isn't just about enduring pain. It's about finding strength in knowing when to say no, prioritizing yourself, and supporting others without losing your sense of self. It's about learning not to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. Intrigued? You should be. Today we'll uncover how ancient Stoic principles can redefine kindness, generosity, and self-care. If you've ever felt drained from giving too much or wondered how Stoicism helps find balance, this is for you. Setting the scene. Imagine this. You're the person everyone relies on, always saying yes to every request and favor. At first, it feels good, being needed, being the fixer, but over time you give away pieces of yourself until one day there's nothing left to offer. When the roles reverse and you're in need, you look around and find yourself alone. This is where Stoicism, with wisdom from thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, becomes vital. Marcus believed that self-care isn't selfish, but essential. Without it, your ability to help others will eventually collapse. Picture two neighbors with gardens. One focuses on their own first, ensuring it thrives. With a productive garden, they can share freely. The other, too busy helping everyone else, neglects their own, leaving it overgrown and barren. The lesson? Care for your garden first to better help others. A balance of generosity. Stoicism doesn't ask us to stop helping others. It encourages balance and sustainability in how we give. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This teaches us that saying no when needed is a way of ensuring that our kindness doesn't come at the expense of our own health and happiness. Plato's philosophy on self-acknowledge aligns with this, emphasizing the importance of understanding your limits. Genuine generosity, according to Plato, comes from a position of strength, not exhaustion. Similarly, Carl Jung's insights remind us to look inward, ensuring our energy isn't drained by external demands at the cost of our well-being. True generosity. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoics, taught that true generosity is about giving freely, without expectation. He believed that generosity isn't a transaction. It's an act of pure goodwill. Give as you would receive, cheerfully, quickly, and without hesitation, he said. When we give from a place of abundance, whether material or spiritual, we're not just helping others. We're aligning with our own higher ideals. Aristotle echoed this, finding joy in virtuous acts for their own sake rather than for external rewards. Stoic generosity is about being true to our values, acting not out of obligation, but because it reflects who we strive to be. The power of boundaries. In today's hyper-connected world, it can feel like everyone wants a piece of your time and energy. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of boundaries, not as a way to shut people out, but as a means of protecting your well-being, so you can genuinely help others. Consider the story of a mother who, out of love, did everything for her daughter. While her intentions were noble, the daughter never developed independence. After her mother's passing, she was forced to navigate life unprepared. This illustrates how excessive help can hinder personal growth. By setting boundaries, we empower others to find their own strength while preserving our own. Marcus Aurelius taught that self-discipline and understanding what's within our control are key. Seneca valued self-sufficiency, and Aristotle's concept of the golden mean highlighted the balance between being helpful and maintaining our health. Boundaries, as Carl Jung might suggest, are essential for self-discovery and individual growth. Respecting yourself. The risk of always being available is that you can end up feeling undervalued. People might take your efforts for granted. But when you start setting boundaries, you're not just saying no, you're demonstrating respect for your own time and energy. Marcus Aurelius framed this as an act of self-respect. Seneca viewed it as freedom, choosing how to allocate your energy. Epictetus emphasized focusing on what's within your control, while Plato and Jung saw boundaries as a way to define who we are and ensure psychological health. By setting boundaries, we teach others to value our time. It's not a sign of selfishness, it's a declaration of self-worth, allowing us to give without resentment or burnout. The wisdom of Stoicism. Stoicism isn't about retreating from the world, it's about engaging with it thoughtfully. It teaches us that true generosity doesn't mean giving until we're empty. Instead, it's about giving in a way that nourishes both the giver and the receiver. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood that inner peace is achieved through conscious choices. When we act in line with our principles and respect our limits, we find fulfillment, not in outcomes or approval, but in the knowledge that we've done what's right. Living by Stoic principles creates a ripple effect. By showing kindness without losing ourselves, we inspire others to find their balance too. This philosophy encourages us to care for ourselves and others in harmony, to set boundaries that allow us to act with integrity and to live fully, engaging with the world while protecting our inner peace. As we conclude, remember, the path of Stoicism isn't one of isolation. It's an invitation to live deeply, balancing kindness with self-respect and giving with intention. Let's embrace this wisdom, carrying it forward as we navigate life with courage, balance, and an open heart.